Hey, what's up? What's up, Thunder? Thunder Nation. Heartbreak game. Game one of the NBA Finals. A game where Jay, OKC led the. This is very similar to the Nugget game one because OKC pretty much dominated the entire game, let them inch back in it, and then at the end of the game, could not get a stop when they needed it. And frankly, they went away from whoever Dort was guarding and said, that guy go score, because Dort was unbelievable tonight. But man,
bad loss.
As good as SJ was offensively, defensively he struggled, I thought.
Hey, when you look at this game was a game of the fourth quarter, and Indiana 35 points in the fourth quarter. They've been doing it all postseason. I thought I didn't really like the coaching in the fourth quarter by Mark. And here's why. I thought SGA and Dort sat way too long in the fourth quarter.
You can say that, Jay. You can say that, but it doesn't matter. When they came back in, they were still up 11 or 13 when they came in.
I know, but I felt like Indiana was scoring a lot, though, Jerm. They were scoring quite a bit. They weren't getting stops.
Man,
they got in their rhythm. They got in their rhythm with those guys on the bench.
If you end up losing the series, NBA Finals on a chance, when you led this game, OKC led this game most of the way by double digits, Jay.
Hey,
what do you think of SJ's last shot? I thought it was a good look.
Yeah, you got to make it. You got to make that.
It's a good look, man.
You got to make it. I mean, Halliburton made it. SJ missed it. That's the difference. And SJ
Wallace was poor tonight on defense.
Wallace wasn't very good tonight.
Wasn't very good. You said he was good. He wasn't.
Chet Holmgren was
a no-show.
Where was he? He has got to be tougher, man. He's stronger with the ball. I mean, a couple times going up for a dunk, he just drops it. He was not good. This was just a bad closeout of the game. They led. We were texting during the game, Jeremy. They led 13-15 a couple times. Pretty much had a 10-point lead the whole game, and you just felt the way the Pacers do. They were starting to get in a rhythm. Started the fourth quarter, and you couldn't get a stop. Nembhard, they had trouble getting Nembhard. Nembhard was getting to the basket and dishing it out. That was a problem.
Well, he also made 2 threes in SGA's face. And SGA did pass the one to J-Dub the possession before that I thought he probably should have tried to take. But that absolutely hurts, stings. Now, I will say Indiana made a lot of shots. I mean, the bank three, some tough looks. Chet wasn't good all night, Jay. Lou Dort played the best game he's ever played in the playoffs for OKC, and they didn't win it.
Yeah, Dort played.
He can't be any better than he was.
Dort was unbelievable. This is just like the Denver game. It's a tough spot now for the Thunder.
It's an absolute tough spot to be in now, because this is a game you feel like you owned the entire game.
Yeah, you have to still. I think they can win one at.
Hey, look at this.
At Indiana. That's
true. Problem. They gave the free throw back to the Pacers, and they win by 1.
What free throw? Oh, okay.
The lane violation, which was unbelievable.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If they would have been down 2 there, he would have made a 3. Halliburton would have. He's been unbelievable.
You realize Halliburton wasn't any good tonight until the end?
Tell me this, though.
Did you think Halliburton was great tonight?
No, but tell me this. Hey, what's up, Jackson? Hey, tell me this. When SGA missed, did everybody watching the game know who was going to shoot it?
Oh, yeah. So
why was Dort not on him?
Because Dort went in for the – I'm telling you now, Jay.
I don't understand it.
Obviously, you guys didn't watch the game, so.
No, honestly, my opinion there is I find a way to get J-Dub or Dort on Halliburton, because
you guys obviously don't watch basketball then.
What do you mean?
What are the Pacers best at?
Transition, but they
and they had a transition. You could not have Dort leave Neesmith, who was sprinting down the floor wide open.
I get that.
It's a horrible take to say.
Hey, this comes down to one thing. Halliburton, it wasn't bad defense by Wallace, but he got what he wanted. Just like SGA got the shot he wanted the last 2 times down, he didn't make it.
Hey,
that's the game.
And to me, what's frustrating is I see people in the chat already overreacting to one game, guys. It's a 7-game series.
Well,
Okay,
this series isn't over, Jackson. The series isn't over.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
The problem is you lose a game that you owned the entire time.
Pacers didn't even play that good.
They hit a lot of shots, though.
They hit some shots, but they turned it over a lot.
Well, that's what the Thunder, I think, are going to do to them all series, turn them over. That's the kind of team that the Thunder is.
Wallace was really bad.
You know, Hey, I thought Chet and Wallace didn't play very good games.
Hey, but guys, Wallace is what he is. I don't know why you guys expect Cason Wallace to be able to guard soft. I mean, he's not a big. He can't guard the stronger big guys.
And to me, I think, Jeremy, you did say the Thunder, they own the majority of the game. This is a game absolutely the Thunder they should have won. And I think
that's what hurts.
That early in the game, they were even missing a lot of shots that they hit. And then, I mean, Shai, he carried for part of the game. I don't know if he finished with 30, like
36. Needed 38, but he had 36.
Hey, but you know what?
He had 38. He had 38.
Really dumb to get a lane violation because that late in the game, that's the things they're going to watch for the most, is those small things. And that's the dumbest thing that you can do.
Hey.
I'm sorry. It is.
There are some bad takes in here, like Sam Presti on the hot seat. Like, please.
Hey, I will say this, guys. I think everybody that watches basketball knows this. When you get to the finals, Western Conference Finals, regular finals, comes down to your stars. And Chet and J-Dub didn't play very good.
Yeah.
No, but J-Dub was really good in the fourth and got the lead back to 11.
Okay, but Jerem, go look at the Minnesota series. When the Thunder just dominated, it was because those three guys were playing good. They didn't play good tonight. SJ did, but the other two didn't.
But Dort stepped up. I mean, I thought J-Dub in the fourth really helped him get it back to 11. I thought he was pretty good.
He had a good fourth quarter, but before that, he wasn't very good.
And
we got some callers on the line.
And we'll right before we get to Platone here, I think it was really interesting. I think something that Indiana did that we haven't really seen teams do on the Thunder is extend the pressure to full court. They really
had nothing to do with it tonight.
No, Jeremy, and
they
did, especially at the start of the game. The Thunder offense, they were missing a lot of shots they normally make, and that's a part of it because they were sending the pressure full all the way.
OKC didn't turn the ball over much.
Well, I'm saying they missed shots that they normally hit because of that pressure. Jeremy,
we got several callers on the line. Let's get to Platone 20.
Hey, obviously disappointed. I think we can still make adjustments and come back. I looked at the Pacers on their prior 3-point shooting performances. I think this one was the second best one they've had in the entire playoffs. They shot 51% against the Knicks in one of the games. Most of the time they're low 40s, high 30s, which is still way better than us, but it's not as hard as it is tonight. I almost think that Dagnall needs to. I'm not saying he needs to change his whole philosophy. I think he should do what he's been doing, but in the last 5 minutes of the fourth, I would switch it up and because I think Indiana knows that we're not going to guard the three very much because that's our whole defensive philosophy is based on guarding its paint, and we definitely outshot them in the paint. We won that battle, but they're way better at threes than the people that we faced so far in the playoffs. I'm wondering if we should. I'm not saying change the whole game, but in the fourth quarter, switch it up a little bit, throw them stuff they're not expecting. Maybe we'll get more pressure on those three perimeter shots and reduce those a little bit. If we can just cut down a couple of those, we win the game. We don't have to cut them by half. If we can just give up one or two less of those, we'll win these games. I'm also a little bit, as good as SGA was with scoring, I was a little bit taken aback. He was really just trying to get as many points as possible. He definitely wasn't looking to assist as much this game. He was just trying to go for it. Now, maybe the coach told him to do that. That's fine. He definitely had a great scoring night. I'd like to see him just look to assist a little bit more. I think we could have done a little bit better if he would have passed off a couple times, even though he shot pretty well overall.
Yeah, I agree with you. The 3-point, that's how the Thunder have lost series in the past. It's they can't defend the three, and you can't let a team like Indiana get
OKC lost. OKC lost the war on the glass 56-39.
Yeah, they got killed on the board.
They got several second, third chances near the end of the game where the game could have been. I'll tell you one. OKC's up 6 with about 2:05 left. They miss a shot, and SJ just gets totally bullied down there, and they get a 3-pointer, and they're down 3. It could have been OKC ball up 6. You got to rebound the ball.
Yeah, and I think something that Platone said about Shai maybe not trying to assist enough. I think something that's even been said about Shai is in the playoffs, he's tried to pass too much where he has the ability to go and get his bucket at any time. And now tonight it's like, well, maybe he was taking too many shots. Well, I'm more of a fan of Shai taking 30 to 35 shots tonight.
Shai was great offensively. He didn't make the one that mattered.
Yeah, and he missed several shots he normally hits tonight. And
Let's
it's
get to the next caller.
What's up, Colin?
What's up? First off, I want to say I think Thunder still win it, and I knew it wasn't gonna be a sweep in the first place. But watching that game, there's just so many moments I look back on and just don't understand. One of them being late in the game, going small and not having a single big out there. They get a rebound. But looking back at it, why were we playing AJ Mitchell minutes in the first quarter going through bench?
I don't know.
Well, I thought he played okay, but I agree with the comment. I think it's Porter Moser saying. I'm not sure why Case and Wallace started.
Hey guys, I'm glad y'all brought this up. I'm glad you brought this up because Thunder went in this the wrong way. I think they went in there looking at two bigs. It's going to be a problem because they don't play big. Well, use it as your advantage. You can use it as your advantage and play two bigs. I don't know. I don't. Did Hartenstein and Holmgren play it all together tonight at all?
No.
Colin, do you know? Did they play at all together?
I don't think so. They just played solo. But again, we also can't lose this game like that when we force 24 turnovers. I think we'll be able to force more, but also our points off turnovers. We weren't capitalizing off those.
Yeah,
because sometimes I think we try to get too fast and try to play that hero ball highlight play on the big stage, and it's like, just run your offense, settle down.
Yeah, 19 turnovers in the first half, and the Thunder scored 9 points.
And I mean, hey, you know something? I'm going to give credit to Indiana because they were down by 8, 10, 11. They kept on chipping away, kept on hitting shots. Their role players, they stepped up outside of Dort. I mean, Caruso, he played a good game too. But outside of that, like Wallace, he didn't play a very good game. Aaron Wiggins didn't give you anything off the bench.
Aaron Wiggins played well.
He didn't do much. I mean,
he played really well defensively. Hey,
I'm talking about scoring.
He scored five, I think. Barely.
The last thing I'll say is, yes, Pacers deserved this win because Thunder shot themselves too much in the foot. But there was a couple shots, Pacers shot, that I was like, how did he make that? Especially the Miles Turner corner bank shot. Like, you can't play better defense on half those shots. You're just throwing it up.
Good defense down there on some of them, and the one specifically, Nembhard made a three in a guy's face. That was a tough shot.
But we just can't leave. The last thing I'll say, I know you got callers, but we just have to stop leaving the corners open and crashing.
I don't understand the philosophy. I don't.
It's not. Hey, I don't think it's ever going to get changed, guys.
We let Obi Toppin shoot wide open like 17 threes.
Well, and you know what? I'm gonna live with Obi Toppin and TJ McConnell being the two players hit threes out of all.
Toppin's pretty good, but it's not a philosophy. It's just OKC plays like, I mean, they're trapping the ball.
They clog the driving lanes. That's what they do.
Yeah,
that's part of helping them.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Colin.
Thanks, Colin. Appreciate it, man.
I got a point to make, Jay. We're gonna get to Greg, but going back to Dort should have been on Halliburton. Let me just say this. The only way they should have done is when they call timeout to set the play for SGA, they should have said, Dort, don't go for a rebound. Just go wherever Halliburton is. Dort goes for the rebound to try to get a rebound, because if you get a rebound, the game's technically, I mean, you really control at that point. But and that hurt.
Yeah. Let's get to Greg. What's up, Greg?
Just disappointed. We had that game. I mean, how do you let them come back being up 15 points in the fourth quarter? I mean, man.
Yeah. And they were at 9 with what? 4 minutes left or something.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I guess give it to the Pacers. They were clutch. I mean, I didn't get to watch the first half, but when I tuned in right as we pretty much started the second half, and both teams were just trading buckets almost the entire fourth quarter. Yeah. And just we couldn't get a stop when we needed one. This was almost bringing back Steph Curry, Klay Thompson nightmares because when they just needed a shot, they had one. One thing that really kind of concerns me is when we need a bucket, the Thunder never take a high percentage shot. They're always like looking for a three. It's like we do pretty good mid range and in the paint. Like, why don't we try to attack that a little bit more?
Yeah.
Well, late, they got plenty in the mid range. SJ missed several. J missed a couple. iHeart missed one.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's the Thunder's to win. That gap we had between our last game and this one didn't help us either. I never like a long gap between games. Hopefully we can get it turned around. I think we can, but you just don't want to give the Pacers confidence. You give them confidence, and
and they've been a great road team in the playoffs. That's their 7th road win in the playoffs. So they've been really good on the road, and it'd have been nice to get this game when you're up double digits the whole game. Just didn't happen. You can close it out, man.
Absolutely. Lastly, I think the Thunder need to change their philosophy, their defensive philosophy slightly, because I just don't think they're going to allow us to be as physical as we have been leading up to this. They're going to call more fouls on us, especially when, we're trying to go for steals and such like that. So I don't know if they need to be a little softer in that sense. I don't know, but we're not going to get, they're not going to let us play as physical, I think, as we have been.
Yeah. And it's like at this point in the year, is it worth it to change your identity as a team? No, I don't think it's worth to change your philosophy. If they're going to call more of those, maybe like going for the ball and the 50-50 balls, if they're going to call more fouls on that.
They didn't change their philosophy tonight.
No,
they didn't, but I'm just thinking like we're pretty handsy on defense, and I think they're going to call us for a lot more of those, especially when we're trying to go for steals and such.
I think OKC is going to keep being handsy. Listen to this stat. This will blow your mind, guys. OKC, 6 turnovers the whole game, and they lost. And they created 24 turnovers, 24-6, and they lose the game. They're going to keep being handsy, guys. They lost the game the last 2-20 when they were up 8 and blew it. That's just if they just finish this game, everyone's saying what a great game defensively. I mean, they did not finish the game.
Nope. Got to turn it around. We need to get the next one, or I think it's going to be a very hard battle.
Yeah, you got to win the next one. Game 2 is a must.
Yeah.
Must win. Hey, thanks, Greg.
Always see it.
See you, man. This is just bad closeout of the game. When you have the lead there and you're letting them hang around, we don't need to talk about it a whole lot, but I know I was texting about it. But I do have a problem with SGA and Dort sitting for the first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. I have a problem with that. And I know I know the lead was 10 or 11. I don't care.
Jay, he sat because Halliburton was sitting. Do you know basketball?
Hold up. Yeah, I know basketball. Hold up.
That's why he sat.
But Jerm, the first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, go rewatch it if you want to. The Thunder couldn't get stops. And they let Indiana get in a rhythm. And then when the door
even with that, OKC got it at 10 with about 4 minutes left, Jay.
They did push it back up.
Not say that was it. They didn't finish the last 2 minutes. Real quick, Keith, you don't have to listen. I'm glad you listened to our channel. This is not the first Thunder talk we've done. We've done it all through the season at times and the playoffs. And no, there's not really any news on Sooner Sports. It's recruiting weekend this weekend. Please. There'll be news then. But Sunday night, we'll be on here again talking Thunder.
And guys, I think this feels a lot like whenever they lost game 1 to the Nuggets and people were flipping out, losing their minds, saying, oh, no, here we go again, same as last year. Exit and everything. I mean, Indiana, this is their first time being in the finals too. Both teams, they're going to learn in certain situations. Tyrese Halliburton, he's been clutch all playoffs. He's probably has been the most clutch player all playoffs long. So I think you're going to want to get the ball out of his hands at any time, make somebody else score. And other guys, as I've said, they stepped up. They hit shots tonight. Aaron Nesmith hit 2 or 3 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. Andrew Nembhard hit a tough shot.
Somebody tell me this. I'll just – if I was guarding Nesmith, I'm never sagging off him, ever. No. I don't know why they help and they leave him open. I don't understand that. He shot 8 threes tonight, made half of them. The guy's a shooter. I mean, the guy is a shooter. You can't let him breathe.
Couple of those rebound, kick out.
I'm just saying you can't let him breathe there in that fourth quarter. You got to get him on him. And I saw Daniel's comment or somebody's comment about Wallace. I agree. I would make Halliburton get downhill a little bit more. At the same time, I think Halliburton's going to get a shot if he wants it. He's a great player. He's either going to pull it for three or he's going to pull up. I don't really know what you do in that scenario without fouling. You want to get up on him. But the fact of the matter is, this game was lost, in my opinion, when the Thunder didn't score there and go up three. I think that's when the Thunder needed that basket.
Yeah.
So you're up 8 or 10 with 2:20 left, guys. Like, come on. I mean, let's not blame the first, second, third, or what they did early in the fourth. It's ridiculous. They lost the game the last 2:20, guys.
Yeah, very similar to Denver, guys.
Plus all the rest, it didn't matter. You didn't win the game when it mattered at the end.
Right. And I think the most frustrating thing is the Thunder, they didn't execute bad down the stretch. They just didn't make the shots. Like, that's the thing. And the Indiana, they hit the shots. And I think that, yeah, and he said it best, how he made it, SGA didn't. That's the difference in the game.
Yeah, and hey, guys, they got to figure this out. Chet, if you're going to start Chet and you're not going to play Hartenstein, Chet's got to do something.
Yeah, and do you know what makes me so upset about watching that play out of all things? Around the rim, he's too busy trying to lay it in. How come he doesn't just try and throw down a dunk on Turner? Because he would have a step at a time. He has the length on Turner. So I don't know why he didn't just dunk it in the rim.
That one you're talking about, the fourth quarter, going down the middle of the lane, he had a dunk. I don't know why he tried to lay it in and finesse it over Miles Turner. You got to go strong with that.
Chet's not getting bullied by Miles Turner because Miles Turner doesn't play in the post.
Yeah, Chet. Let me give you Chet's stats for the day, guys. Chet.
No, he only had like 9 points.
24 minutes, 2 of 9 from the field, had 6 points, 6 rebounds. 6 rebounds.
He only played 24 minutes.
You want to hear a crazy stat? The leading rebounder for the Thunder, 7 rebounds. Meanwhile, Indiana had 12 rebounds by Nesmith, 9
I had 9, I believe.
10 by Tyrese Halliburton. I had 9. Sorry, but nobody in double digits. I mean, they got beat on the boards to a smaller team, guys.
What?
Part of that's because Mark went to this guard lineup. I didn't like it.
What was the difference in points off turnovers in the game, Jay? I don't know if you can.
I don't know points off. I don't know about points off turnovers. I just know the first half Thunder didn't get very many points off the turnovers that they got.
Hey, real quick, to sit here, I'm not doing this. Look, I've been really quiet, but to say Oklahoma City doesn't care for a team. Hey, Eric, how do you know how many were people on a live show? I guess you were on the softball live show, bro. Nice take. There's actually more on this than there was the softball one, but hey, good job. Good take. By the way, OKC absolutely deserves a team. Are you watching what's happening there? The fans are insane. It's the best environment in the NBA. All the media pundits are even saying it.
Just ignore him. He's just trolling.
Please. I did a pretty good job of ignoring, but I'll go back to ignoring. My fault.
You're good. I think tonight's just frustrating, guys. I mean, there's not many other words.
Up 9 with 2:52. Up 9 with 2:52 left. You lose it. That's
just like the game 1 versus the Nuggets all over again. That's what it feels like.
Hey, this is just like Denver game. You got to see how you answer. This is what it's going to come down to. I think the Thunder, you got to come back to Oklahoma City 2-2. So you got to win this next one, then you got to split in Indiana. That's what has to happen. Not a good way to close out the game 1. In a game where you're favored by 10 points, you led by 10 points most of the game. So just a bad finish, guys. I don't know what else to say. Bad finish. And I think they're going to mess with the lineup a little bit.
I'd like to see Case and Wallace not starting.
Yeah, I think he's better off the bench. I agree. I think he's better off the bench.
Do you want to know something that I think needs to improve majorly by OKC in these playoffs? And it's on Mark Daigneault. The coaching challenges, whenever he's decided to challenge, they've been horrible challenges.
I agree.
I didn't mind the other one. I didn't mind the one.
It's dumb. It's a foul. You hit him on the wrist.
I didn't mind that one. But
they like the
again to sit here
play.
to sit here and blame on that they need to improve on. They were up 9 with 2:52, guys. They didn't finish the game like they needed to. Period. End of story.
Hey, Chief, thanks for the super. Appreciate it. He says, I still think we win the series, but if SGA wants to be the face of the NBA, he can't be the weak link on defense. Yeah, and he had a great game, but there were a couple plays I know he wishes he had back for sure.
I don't even think Shai's a weak link on defense.
I mean, he had 3 steals tonight, but he got burned a couple times. I didn't like how he just didn't close out hard, and I
thought he played a good overall game, SGA. I mean, he carried him offensively for a while. I mean, guys, the fact of the matter is Chet and J-Dub have to be better. I mean, let's face facts, guys. I mean, your number 2 and 3 guys, they have to be better.
Hey, Austin,
scoring
they have to win 4 games to win the championship. Austin, 4 wins. I know what you're implying here, but 4 games is all you need. But now you got to win 4 out of 6. It's a fact. When you had 1 in the bag, game over, finish it, you're up 1-0. You're tasting it. Now.
And you know what? I think the Thunder in game 2 are going to respond really good. I would not be shocked if Thunder get out by a good lead early.
Well, they got up to a good lead today, Jackson. They were at 15 in the 4th.
Yeah, they did today.
Yeah,
So.
They're at 15 points in the 4th quarter.
I'm talking like a 20 to 25 point lead.
I don't think that's happening.
Okay.
This is my personal opinion, but this is the finals. I mean, there could be a game where they just absolutely blow them out of the water, but this is a game when Dort's that hot and that great defensively on Halliburton, you have to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying, Austin, but it's still 4 games.
Just need to respond good in game 2. Series isn't even close to over. I know some people are acting like Oklahoma sports is cursed. Like, here we go again. Like, the series is over.
Win this one.
2012 all over again. It's game 1, guys. This Thunder team, they're a lot different than they were in 2012.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, man. Frustration looms. It has set in.
We even have to wait an extra day this time, which is even more frustrating.
Look, J-Dub ended up with, 18 points? 16 or 18.
He had a good 4th quarter.
Had like 7 assists. Chet was the one that no-showed.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin, the link should be pinned. If you want to call in, I can drop it again for you.
Did OKC win game 1 in 2012? I don't even.
Yes.
Yes, the 1 game 1, then lost the next 3.
4,
sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, again, what is so frustrating about this game as a Thunder fan is you are up 9 points, 2:52. You make one. This is literally 1 or 2 plays. The game was over. A couple of them were just rebounds, guys. You got to rebound the ball. Period. Just unbelievable. Hey, Eric, just stop. Okay, you're absolutely wrong. You are 1,000,000% wrong, like you are several times. But this one specifically, to say that this doesn't mean anything to the state is unbelievable. It's a horrible take.
Eric,
it's horrible.
That's a horrible take. Clearly, Eric, I don't even know why you make comments like this for people.
Well, he can make comments. I'm just going to say it's a bad take because it means a lot.
31 people in here. Our screen shows 200 people.
207. But I don't care. I don't care if there's 2 people in here.
Yeah, no, I could.
It means something to the state. So that's just a bad take, man. Hey,
Eric,
guys. One thing. Before we close this, one thing I don't think the Thunder did very good at all is when Indiana, the first part of the game, the announcer was saying Indiana needs to slow it down a little bit. They're kind of playing too fast.
Yeah.
Well, then the 4th quarter, Indiana was playing really fast, and the Thunder went way slow. The Thunder slowed it way down into a dribble the ball till there's 5 seconons on the shot clock, and then go try to do something.
Lose, man, and instead of playing to win,
They stopped playing to win and played not to lose. And Mark, that's on Mark, guys. Mark didn't have a good coaching debut in the finals tonight, in my opinion. Don't think he did.
I'm going to show a play by Mark that was amazing. There's like a 4-minute mark.
I know
out of
one
a
play.
timeout, and they call a back cut to Wallace from J-Dub. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well,
Here's
I don't know if
Austin.
I'm going to be at One Oak. I don't know about watching it there. There's a lot of people I've heard that are, but
hey, let's get to Austin before we close this thing out. Austin, you're on the line.
Hey guys, man, that was frustrating.
Very.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's so now instead of having 3 more wins, we have to win 4, and this was a game. Well, I think we led throughout the entire game except for the last shot,
Yeah.
Yeah. pretty
and
much. Yeah.
and what Chet was so good against the Timberwolves tonight. He was barely even noticeable.
He does that though. That's
Yeah.
what he does. A lot of times he'll show. He'll like go to a no-show, and then you're like, "What the heck?" And then he'll show up next game and do really good. So
All right, and I think we missed too many like easy shots. Like there was a lot of like missed layups that we missed,
yeah.
and the Pacers just got hot in the fourth quarter. They couldn't miss anything, and we couldn't make the easy shots.
Yeah,
And
but you know what, Austin? You know what? When you're playing a team,
Mhm.
when you're playing a team that has good shooters and they're getting hot, the one thing you have to do is you have to force them off the 3-point line to drive.
right,
Even though that might be an easier shot in a mid-range,
Yeah.
a lot of times it throws them off and it throws their shot off a little bit. You got to get them off the 3-point line if they're hot. You can't have Obi Toppin sitting back there with nobody on him and
Yeah.
same with Nesmith in the corner. I mean, it's
And-
NBA players, guys. You
Yeah.
can't do
right.
it.
And Austin,
Right.
something that you said too was like they did miss a ton of shots from the elbows that normally you see Shai and J-Dub hit, especially early in the game and then late in the game. I know some people
Right.
were saying that Shai looked gas, but his shots
well,
weren't.
that's how he looks.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
know. So I think, and then Austin, there's something I want to ask you. If you're Mark going into second game, do you start iHeart again, or do you stick with what you had for game 1 today?
Ooh, I think I would go with iHeart because you play because throughout the entire playoffs that was the starting lineup. So I was kind of surprised that we changed it tonight in the first game of the finals.
Yeah, and
But-
part of the reason why the bench wasn't as good,
Mhm.
you had Wallace not coming off the bench. I think
Right.
I think that kind of affected him too. He's a good guard coming off the bench. Who did you
I
have as
think-
guard coming off the bench?
I think that game 2,
Right.
I think you do need to go back to iHeart starting.
Yep. And I think on the glass the Pacers kind of dominated us a bit, and that also
did.
kind of bit us in the butt.
They did.
Um,
And you know what? I know the Thunder are a bigger team, but when
Mm-hmm.
you're playing small guards, look what happens. You got destroyed on the glass by
Right,
17.
exactly. Right, exactly. And I think iHeart could have possibly helped with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But so now game 2 is a must win.
Yep.
And now instead of possibly, because a lot of people said OKC in 5. Well, now it looks like it might be a 6 or 7 game series. If we win game 2.
Looks to be.
Because the Pacers, they can shoot.
Yep.
And we give up a lot of corner threes.
Mhm.
I agree. This game,
Hey.
this series is going to go for a while. I think it's going to go. I think 6, but it might go
Yep.
7.
Mhm.
Hey,
Appreciate the
thanks,
call.
Austin. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
Hey, the talk about SJ and how again he just gets those weak flop calls. SJ tonight was phenomenal offensively. He didn't make it at the end though. But Jay, I saw the stat 918 put in 71% of NBA Finals winners have won game 1. That's not a good stat to see if you're a Thunder fan.
This is an interesting stat.
The other thing is, like I said this earlier. Anyone who wants to blame all the stuff that happened before that point, no, they lost because they couldn't finish the game.
That's a great stat right there. It's a great stat.
Yeah.
9 to 2:52 to play. You got to end that game. Period.
Oh, and 121.
Hey, you know what?
Quote from Mark Dagnall.
Hey.
From Mark Dagnall. This is a starting point, not the ending point.
Hey, but listen, you're up 9 with 2:52 to play. what did the Pacers score in the last 252? 11 or 12 points?
A lot.
You hang your hat on defense, and you couldn't get stops when it mattered.
Well, they went away from Dort. They said, we're not even going to go anywhere near Dort.
Period. So, hey, got to win it on Sunday now, guys. So it's all you can do, man.
Hey, Eric, you do have OKC winning it, right?
No. I think you said that he's Indiana now in the chat. I'm pretty sure.
I thought he picked OKC. Now he's changing it? No. Yeah, hey, got to get back at it. I saw several good questions about OU football, how many sacks they're going to have, all that stuff. I'm sure there's plenty to talk about going in there. So, hey, we'll close it here tonight. Thunder lose game one in heartbreak fashion, a game they led the entire way and then blow it at the end. Halliburton with the game winner. And Indiana does what they've done the entire postseason, wins game one on the road. And we'll be back Sunday. We'll be back tomorrow night for a normal live. But, hey, thanks for watching. We'll get back to it tomorrow for Sooner stuff. But thanks for watching, Thunder fans. We'll see you next time.